So he was talking to Brandon as he was going out to kick. He gave a little warm-up swing, and he said, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship right before he went out there to kick it.
Well, he wasn't wrong. Welcome in, I'm Andre Johnson with your sports, and that was Joe Burrow talking about Evan McPherson minutes after he kicked the Bengals to their first AFC Championship since 1988. We'll get to more from Joey B in just a minute, but first, let's get into that action. The Bengals coming off their first playoff win in 31 years. The Titans on the other side celebrating the return of running back Derrick Henry. He's been on IR since mid-season, and what better way to celebrate than not giving the ball to him on the first play from scrimmage? Instead, Ryan Tannehill gives the ball to the Bengals. That pass picked off by Jesse Bates. That would lead to a field goal and an early 3-0 lead for Cincy. Not a lot of action in the first, so let's go to the third. Joe Mixon, nice cut to the outside, and he high steps into the end zone from 16 yards out. That would be the Bengals' first and only touchdown of the day. They're up 16-6, but later in the quarter, Joey B dumping it down to Samaje Perine, and it goes right off his hands and into the hands of a diving Amari Hooker. That's Joe's first interception since December 5th last year. That leads to A.J. Brown off the deep pass from Ryan Tannehill. My word, the Bengals actually holding his right hand, and A.J. said, that's cool, all I need was the left. That ties the game at 16, so now we go to the fourth. This would be the theme of the day. Joe Burrow sacked 9 times in this game, tying a postseason record. Not exactly what you want to see happen to your franchise player, but if you're a Bengals fan, this is what you want to see. 30 seconds left on the clock. The Titans driving to take the lead. Ryan Tannehill finds Logan Wilson over the middle, but the problem is Logan Wilson plays for the Bengals. So Cincinnati has one more chance. Bring out the rookie, Money Mac. Shooter McPherson, his mama named him Evan, and he sends the Bengals to the AFC Championship. 52 yards right down the middle. Bengals win. 16-13 the final score, furthering the why not us narrative that the Bengals have been pushing for weeks. Thing is, Joe Burrow says it's actually time to put that one to bed. At this point, the Bengals aren't sneaking up on anybody. They're one of the most dangerous teams in football.
Tired of the underdog narrative. And we're a really, really good team. We're here to make noise, and teams are gonna have to pay attention to us. We're, like I said, a really good team with really good players and coaches, and we're coming for it all.
I mean, it's really special just that our team's kind of creating our own legacy, obviously, and I think this Bengal team will be remembered forever. And just the excitement that we've brought to the city of Cincinnati, I think, is awesome. And the city's on fire. It'll probably burn down tonight. And then it'll definitely burn down next week, and then we'll have a whole city, fly out to California hopefully and support us in the Super Bowl.
Now, one thing that can't happen if the Bengals want to make it to that Super Bowl is Joe Burrow getting sacked 9 times. Not all of them were the offensive line's fault, but that doesn't change that it happened. This team is the 3rd worst when it comes to protecting the quarterback this season. We've seen Joe Burrow put the Bengals on his back, but for that to happen, his back can't be on the turf. Head coach Zach Taylor says everyone takes responsibility from that, but his team is going to learn from it.
That's one of the best D-lines in football, to be quite honest with you. We've got a ton of respect for their team and their defense, and they can get after the passer. And they did a great job in coverage, too, mixing up some of the coverage looks. And so you got to give credit to them, but we found a way to win, and that's all that matters.
And they had a great plan. They had a great rush plan. They made it tough on us, made it tough on me, disguising coverages and blitzes and everything, and they switched it up the whole game. They didn't stick to one thing. One thing didn't work, they moved on to the next thing, and that was, that kept us on our toes.
Now up next for the Bengals is the winner of the Chiefs-Bills game that kicks off tomorrow. You remember the Bengals just beating the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, but whether it's Chiefs, whether it's Bills, those are the 2 most dangerous offenses in the league. So Cincy is going to need their A game regardless of who's up next. Now before we go, let's take a quick trip to the court. The Dayton Flyers losing a nail-biter to George Mason. Mustafa Amzo missing the game winner at the buzzer, and the Wright State Raiders winning a shootout against UIC 97-81. Tanner Holden scoring a career-high 38 points in a game where the Raiders only played 7 people. So, great day for the Raiders, even better day for the Bengals. And Randy, this is like your Super Bowl. This is snowy weather. This is what,
Yeah, also, we're talking about the snow. Luckily, the Bengals didn't have to deal with that. for
Wish
the
I
game
didn't have
today.
to deal with it,
I
but
know.
here we
Green
are.
Bay had to
But
deal
here
with
we
it.
are. Yeah, it's snowing in Green Bay, and you know what? That's heading our way. We are looking at that clipper dipping into the Miami Valley overnight into tomorrow morning, so you'll probably wake up to some snow falling. That's going to stick around for most of the day, and then another round is expected Monday, but then we are drying out. It's going to be very cold. There is a low temperature of 3. So that's kind of that Arctic air that we've all been missing, I'm sure.
Of
Yeah,
course.
all
So
of us have been missing it so much.
be sure to connect with us on social media as we watch that storm move in.